Hey guys, it's Rachel from the Little Green Lamb, and today I have a book review on The Gilded Cage by Camilla Läckberg. Mind you, I haven't filmed a book review since last summer, so hopefully this goes smoothly. But this book, once I read it, I was like, I need to do a review on this. People need to read this. People need to know. Now, people probably do know it because this book did come out in Sweden, so people probably, do know. But I haven't heard anybody talk about it here. I want to talk about it. And I was like, I looked it up and I think there was only one review I could find on YouTube. So I was like, people need to read this. So this book, I'm just going to give my little background. If you've watched my wrap up and you've watched my book haul, you've heard me talk about this book a little bit. I will, after I describe what I'm, like after I give my little description, my little spiel, I'm going to tell you what the book is about and then go for my rating system that I usually go through. So, if you're new to my channel, you might not know, I don't read a whole heck of thrillers. Like, I have to kind of space them out. And I'm very choosy when it comes to thrillers. I don't want anything too scary. So it can't really lie too much on the crime side or the horror side. And I read a few a year. And I have my favorites. And I really like those favorites. But this book, Reading the Gilded Cage, it kind of reminded me of Gone Girl in the sense where Gone Girl, I was glued to my chair. I remember my mom calling me for lunch and I was like, Mom, I can't move. Can you bring my food to me? She said no. It's like, fine. Me and my book will come eat my lunch. But anyway, really enjoyed it. This was kind of the same thing. I did have schoolwork, so that did kind of keep me from, sitting in a chair and gluing myself down. But I also don't read in my room anymore. I don't read on my bed. I usually read and walk around a table in my living room. So I have specific times in the day where that table is free and it's quiet in the house. I was like, I need to know what's going to happen. I was reading it like at least 70 or 80 pages in my bed, which is very rare for me too. So that's another testament. Like, I very rarely would be like, I can put the book down, I'll just go to my room, watch TV or do something else. But if I bring a book back and I'm reading it compulsively, I can really tell it's a good one because I don't really like reading in my room anymore. I don't know. I'm one of those weirdos. I'm going to have to get used to it with renovations in our house. But this book is basically about a girl named Faye. And in the first chapter, and also on the back of the book, and the flap on the inside, you find out Faye's in the police station. You're like, what? Like, from the dust jacket, you're like, she's a perfect life. Like, why is she in a police station? So you slowly see how her gilded cage, or her perfect life, how it unravels. And I just really liked this book so much. It was like fast. There was twists. There was stuff you saw coming, but it was like in unexpected ways. The writing was sharp and good. It moved at a great pace. I think it's one of my favorite books of the year, if not my favorite thriller. Like, I'd honestly say this and Gone Girl are pretty much tied for my favorite thriller. Then after that would be the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. So if you're new to my book reviews or just need a refresher, I rate books in 5 different categories. So we have plot, characters, cover, suspense, and overall in terms of reading again, 5 out of 5 would be very soon, 1 out of 5 not so soon. So for plot, I give this book a 5. For all the reasons I just said, plus more. It gripped me from the first page. I was kind of in a bit of a reading slump. I read Normal People the night before I'll show that properly. Read Normal People the night before and I was like, oh, that was such a good book. Like, I feel like I'm in a book hangover. I don't know what to read. I tried to read, I have all these from my haul, that's why they're on my floor. I tried to read The Truth I Never Told You. Couldn't get into it too much. I was like, I don't know what I need. I need a thriller. And boy, was I right. I was so sad when I finished this book. If I didn't say this already, there is going to be a second book. It just hasn't not been translated to English yet. It's already out though in Swedish. It might be in a few other languages. I'm not sure. So you might want to check that if you do speak another language. Because if I sure did, I'd be like, yes, I'm picking that up in the other language. But I just found... Oh, also this is no spoilers. I should have probably put that at the beginning. But if you're watching this point and you're not sure if there's spoilers, there's no spoilers. I'm going to parse my words though because it is a thriller. But I just like the way the plot moved. It moved so fast. There was twists. There was turns. There's good friendship moments. Just so many good things. It had like all the things I really like. So I'm going to move on to characters because I kind of dipped into that a bit of my plot. Characters I actually give a 5 out of 5. I really liked the characters. Now, the main character, you learn more about her as the book goes on. And she also has this friend, Chris, who is just a great secondary character. And it's a great female friendship because, as well as female friendships, too, that would pass the... Is it Benchel test? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but they don't always talk about a man. You can see they genuinely care about one another, and it's great to see. This book also revolves around her daughter, her relationship with her husband. Like, there's so many aspects, and I think this book was really good at building characters, and you're seeing where the characters began, how they developed, what's happened, and I feel like the character development was very true to the characters. There's a lot of mysteriousness, which I liked, and it wasn't that the main character was unreliable, but we got like thrust into her life, and there's chapters that go back in time to talk about her life pre her husband, her life with her husband when he was her boyfriend, and very interesting. Cover, I actually give the cover a 4 out of 5. I really like this cover a lot, but I think what would have been interesting would be to have a cage on it, because it's called the Gilded cage instead of a feather, but feather would imply that there's a bird in a cage, and that's kind of the same thing. I love the neon orange. I really like a bright, like, spine and colors. Like, my bookshelves are very colorful. Well, especially the one behind me, because it's all the Pretty Lars books, but I really like it. There's a book that came out a little while ago with a cage on it, so maybe they didn't do that design, but I was just thinking if they had the neon orange with a cage, I don't know, like, they could have made it really creepy. I like it, but something that I'm like, Suspense, 5 out of 5. I thought this book was so suspenseful, I had to keep reading it. It's one of those books that's very compulsive to read, and it's not, like, if you get this copy of it, the font is pretty big, so you can go through the pages pretty fast. And it's only around 340 pages, so it's a quicker read, but whew. And overall, I give it a 5 out of 5. I definitely reread it. It's one of my favorite books of the year, if not one of my favorite thriller books of all time. Really good. I really, really recommend this book. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I really hope you wouldn't be, but this is a strong recommend. So this has been my book review on The Gilded Cage by Camilla Läckberg. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you read this, let's discuss in the comments. If you're going to put spoilers, please put spoiler in caps and then space down a few bars so people are not spoiled. And yeah, thank you for watching. See you guys later. Bye.